All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.
That's me.
The incredibly talented
My buddy already.
Pedro Miguel Arce. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hello, hello. Thank you guys for having me.
Before we get started, let me introduce you.
I think it's going to be nice. You're a really nice guy, and you're good, and you're funny. I think I
try. I
think you're going to be a good. You're going to be a good interview.
So hold on. So we're going to introduce everybody. This is our cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
Yes, yes.
Then we got the man behind the boards, Mr. Chad Murphy.
Hey, Pedro, welcome, sir.
Chad, thank you. Glad we could connect.
We have a chat room full of people. Say hello to everybody in the chat room.
What's up, homies in the chat room? What's going on?
Yo, and say hi, Goddess. It's about time you got here.
Hi, Goddess. It's about time you got here.
Goddess.
Yes, Goddess just got here. She says, sorry, I'm late. Hey, everybody, Goddess is in the...
Good to see Goddess. Woo, 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 woo,
well, once again, I'm like seeing. Is there a way to change this so I see more of you guys?
I don't know how you can. I don't know how you can do that because we've never had that problem before. So I'm not sure.
Maybe double click on their picture, see what happens.
Double click on our picture and see what happens.
Or it might be on automatic. The new computer could be on auto.
I don't know.
Where it does
Chad,
what
do you
it
see
wants.
all
I
of
can
us?
move you guys around, which is kind of.
Oh.
I can move the screen. Yeah, there you go.
No, you guys look
It's
good.
almost like 360.
It's two old fucks. What do you want to see?
There we go. Okay, so now I got you guys full screen and me in a little corner over here.
Goddess. I also is she's Latin. What kind of Latin is Goddess? Goddess, what kind of Spanish? Yeah, she's Spanish. Goddess.
Lisa Inglechin.
That doesn't matter. Her father could have been the English.
I don't know. We'll go back to that later. Let's go back to Pedro.
What, think everybody's the same?
So first of all, like, why are you? Do you live in Canada? Because you're calling us from Canada.
I'm in Toronto right now. I've split my time between Los Angeles and Toronto, and I've been in Toronto for about a year now. Been back here for about a year and a half, and I kind of like to go back and forth. I like to avoid the winters when possible.
Absolutely, dude. It's freezing in Toronto.
It's pretty cold. It's pretty cold today. You guys are in Miami, right?
No. Our station is in Fort Lauderdale, but we're in Philadelphia. Well, near Philadelphia. We're in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, so it's cold here, too.
And we're going back to California as soon as we can.
And we're trying to sell this dump we live in to go to California.
Not a dump. It's a nice
I know, but you always call it a dump, so I'm just
call it a dump because I'm a joke. You're not. If you say dump, and people are going to believe you.
No, it's not a dump. I think it's beautiful, so... But anyway, it's freezing here. I'm from Florida, and it's freezing here, and I can't stand the cold weather. And you're a lot colder for you than in Canada than it is here.
Yeah, we went from, and I went from Nicaragua, from living in Nicaragua, lived in Mexico for a little while, ended up in Miami before coming to Toronto.
That's where I was born, Miami.
Yeah, I loved it out there. I mean, the weather was nice when it wasn't raining, but...
Lightning and alligators.
So everybody... before we get started, first of all, you guys, this is Pedro Miguel Arce. You can follow him on Twitter. It's at Pedro Miguel Arce, PedroMiguelarce. He's also got a cool, actually, I want to say you have one of the coolest websites I've ever seen. I think you have two of them, but I only wrote down funwithpedro.com, but you guys got to check it out because his website is like a comic book.
Yes, that's the look I was designing it for, and I wanted it to be fun, and with Pedro.
It is.
Hence the name.
With Pedro.com. And you guys, I'm not kidding you. You know, like we have 2 guests a week, and I go to websites of every guest that comes on. And in the 600 or 700 guests we've had, I've never seen a website that is so dope like this. He's got videos embedded.
Don't say that. So
cool. I know he doesn't like that word.
No, because they think people misunderstand, and they say, oh, he sells dope?
No, it's a really cool website.
Not anymore.
Yeah, well, I wasn't.
They didn't have to do that anymore.
Pedro, you're too bad.
So it's funwithpedro.com, you guys, and you have to see it because Pedro is a pretty well-established actor who's been in some of the coolest shit you will ever see, and he's also like up and coming because his titles and things that he's getting and keeps getting better all the time. And number one, I want to tell you, like, because I love True Detective. We had John Lindstrom is a good friend of ours, and I don't know what season he was in. I don't know if he was in your season or not. He's in about 6 episodes of it, I think. And
he would know John Lindstrom.
Have you ever heard? Did you ever meet John Lindstrom?
I did not. All of my scenes were with Vince Vaughn, so I didn't really get a chance to work with any of the other people in there.
So you didn't get. Well, anyway, he's a badass, really cool dude, and he's been. He's like you. He's got a great resume, just like you do, and a lot of really cool, some indie stuff and some really big mainstream popular stuff. But he's really cool, and that was like kind of like because I was looking at different movies he was in, and that's kind of how I came across your name in the first place.
Oh, nice.
This guy would be like a cool guy. And then when I started, because the movie you did with Eric Bana, what's it called? The Correspondence.
That was a Special Correspondence.
Yeah, like that shit is dope, dude. You were hilarious.
Yeah, the dope. You can't do that. That's a terrible expression.
A very hilarious movie, though. And how
you want to sound cool? That's not cool. That's stupid.
Okay, well, either way, I know he thinks I'm too old because I am old.
Not even old. The word "dope" does not translate into good.
It does to anybody under 50.
Not, well, because you know who it translates to? People that are in the 10-step program.
No, it does.
10-step is a cha-cha. 1, 2, 3, cha-cha-cha. That's a 10-step.
So you guys, Pedro has a great scene in this film. You guys have to see it. It's on. I don't know if it's on Netflix. Is it on Netflix?
It's a Netflix original. Yes.
Okay, it is on Netflix because it's made for Netflix. I never remember where I see these things. And he's got a great scene, and he's actually in it with Ricky Gervais. And Ricky Gervais, was he a cool guy?
He was awesome. He was awesome. He's directing it as well. He wrote it, and even from the audition, the callback that I had for it, he just picked up the script and he's like, you know what, let's play. And he just came around the other side of the table, and we were doing the scene together as he was like acting. You know, he was the director at this point because he was supposed to be behind the table doing the audition, and then he just came up and we played. And about a week later, we were on set playing for real.
Dude, that is like because he's like Hollywood royalty. I mean, he's like.
What was Vaughn? I know a lot about Vaughn because
Vince Vaughn.
Huh?
Vince Vaughn.
Vince, because I can't say how I know a lot about him because I'll get somebody in trouble.
Okay.
But I know every move he makes in his private.
Nice. I believe that. Well, I think he's a really nice guy. He was amazing on set, and he was amazing to work with, and I had a great time working with him. So there's nothing I could say that would get him in trouble.
Yeah, I could.
Love him though. He's great.
But I won't. I love him on the screen. Off the screen, working for him's not such a pleasure, I hear. But anyway, yeah, well, some
working
people.
with him was pretty nice. He was nice on set when we were
That's
shooting.
That's not working for him.
yes, we were working together, I guess. Yes.
Yeah. You know, when you work together, you're both getting paid independently by somebody else. But when you work for him, you're getting paid by him, and it's a little bit of El Cheapo.
Oh,
I can't say anymore. I don't think
trouble.
that person is with them anymore.
I don't care. You still can't. You
I know because of that quiet act, that whatever thing.
I gotta love it though. So another thing that I like a lot, and last year we had Doug Jones on, who was in The Strain.
Yes.
Doug Jones is badass. You remember Doug Jones because he's the guy in what's the witch movie you like?
Oh yeah.
No, the witch movie that you like. He's in the witch movie that you like. He's the zombie in the thing.
I know who
Hocus
he is.
Pocus.
Yeah,
no, it's Hocus Pocus. Yeah.
Was he in Hocus Pocus?
Yeah, he's the guy that had his mouth sewn up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's the guy who has his mouth sewn up in Hocus Pocus.
They put a spell on him and he couldn't talk, and then he became the cat when he died.
Or maybe we had somebody else on that was him. I know, I'm pretty sure it was. Anyway, he was great. Like the show got a lot of hits because he's an icon. He's in so many cool things. And we had him on the show, and it was a lot of fun. And The Strain, I mean, one thing I think is so cool about your whole career is that you got everything going on. You got comedy going on. You got mad horror stuff going on. I mean, The Strain, that's like is wild. I mean, that's just really wild.
Yeah, that was up there as one of my favorite projects to do. I had a lot of fun working on that. The characters were great. I had a lot of chance to do some, a little bit of comedy, and whenever you get a chance to do comedy and a horror, it's always fun because you kind of take people out of that, and then next thing you know, they're scared, which is kind of cool. And I got like a little scene where I got to scare people.
I want to thank you for your lighting. You're well lit. Some people come on this show, they look like they're in the shadow.
I actually practiced a little this morning talking to myself in the camera.
Everybody should be lit like you.
Nice. So actually, when I grab had a little bit of lighting. I do a lot of self tapes, sending down whether I'm in LA, sending them here or here or there. So have a little, try to see where the best side comes from.
So you do like a lot of auditions like from home where you just send in the video?
It's kind of the way that it's going now. A lot of people are like, because, casting is done all over the world now. Hollywood is not, just in LA anymore, right? There's a lot of people are being seen from all over the world, and it opens up. There's a lot more competition out there, which is good because you get to see a lot more people, but it's, not so great when, you're competing with people all over the world.
Yeah, but dude, there's like actually nobody like you. First of all, because you're like a big dude, and like, so I was like Googling you to see like all the different, before I even invited you to come on the show, I was like, okay, let's see, because I've only seen some of the Strain. I've seen some of the really big things you've done. And then I Googled you, and then I watched your reel online, because you have a reel online, which is old. It's like, but basically, like, you're like a karate dude. Like,
that's where it all started. I used to play football. I played football in university up here in Toronto, University of Toronto. And I decided to take martial arts for a while, which I did as a kid, and I just went revisit martial arts, studied Jeet Kune Do under Peter Chasicos in order to help my football. And I just fell in love with the martial arts, and I just kind of stopped playing football. And the martial arts kind of led into working in film. And then I fell in love with that, and it was like, okay, this is just what I want to do forever and ever.
I mean, the fact though that you're also funny at it, because there's all kinds of clips online. If you Google your name on YouTube, like if you in like fight scenes, like kicking the shit out of all kinds of people, it's really cool.
Yes. I try.
Now, are you going to be involved with the strike?
The strike's
over.
over.
Strike is not.
No, we're doing a new strike.
What strike is that?
Well, Angelina Jolie gets $18 million for a film. And if you're in the film and you're a third lead character, you get about 150. Now, that's not really quite fair, is it? So now Hollywood and all the actors, and these are actors that have credits up the ass. I mean, they're like fabulous actors, and they're making shit. But yet Brad Pitt and the rest of them are all in the mega millions. So now what they're trying to do is to get the union to say, okay, there's a cutoff. Angie ain't worth $8 million. And I love her. I mean, I know her personally. So I'm not talking bad about Angie. $18 million. She's not worth $18 million. No one is worth $18 million. I know what it's like because I'm an actor. My last salary was $100 a day for a shitty, crappy indie film I did for a friend. How embarrassing is $100 a day? And now I find out that people like, I don't know about, I won't use names, but good friends of mine who have been around for 30, 40 years as character actors, some of them are working for $100 a day. I mean, what's going on with the unions? What's going on with Hollywood? So now everybody's getting really pissed off about it. And they said, a flower is beautiful only when it grows in soil. But if you get rid of the soil, the flower will wilt and die. So these big stars that are demanding
You're the soil,
salary,
in case you didn't figure.
Yeah, I figured that. I was like a little bit of soil, maybe a little bit more thrown in there.
Wait, stop it. This is very serious.
Hilarious.
This is what the union, this is the phrase they used. When I read the article, they said that all we actors are the soil, and for those few roses that grow because we make them grow. Angelina Jolie, the only thing she could do alone without anybody else is strip. And sit there shaking her tits and opening her legs and saying hi, because that's all she can do.
However, people will pay to watch that.
I know that. Yeah, but
I couldn't walk into a room and strip and have people come on and start paying for one. I can't really dance that well, you know. I mean, that's the only reason why they wouldn't pay.
But the point I'm making is, without we actors, the stars really don't stand a chance. So we have got to come to some kind of a salary that is good for everybody. And the unions now have to do that. They have to give more money to the supporting players and less money to the stars. They don't need to be worth $40 million, $100 million. They don't need to have that kind of money. What are they? They're stupid shit that for some reason got lucky and became a superstar because why? The public made them that. Okay? They're not God. They're not they're nothing. They're actors like us. What makes you different from Brad Pitt? Blonde hair.
Well, I'm going to tell you what makes me different from Brad Pitt right now. You can put Brad Pitt's name on a poster and he will sell movies. You put my name on a poster, people might Google to see who I am at this point, right?
But is it worth $21 million of the budget of the film? Now, when a salary is higher than the budget of the film, you're in trouble because the budget then is lower. To do a decent film today, what is it, 40, 60, $80 million? Well, yes. $20 million goes to the star. So anyway, this is politics. It's Hollywood bullshit. You're going to hear more.
It was all over Facebook. So Ron loves Facebook.
No, I don't love Facebook. I hate Facebook, but every now and then Facebook does something intelligent.
But
Besides
and the
tell
actor,
you to pray for somebody
and the
or
actor that was
whatever.
bringing it up was Peter Coyote, who was a very good character actor who's been in zillions of things since I was a little kid.
And Peter
And he was
Coyote.
like saying how basically like it's hard to make a living when like you've been doing it
And
your
I
whole
would
life and you're
rather
not making
see
any money.
Peter Coyote in a film than Brad Pitt. Why? Peter can act. Brad Pitt stinks. He can't act. You know, he's so plastic.
He can't say that because he's an actor.
He
he's
can't,
like
but
working.
I could work with Brad Pitt. I'll tell him to his fucking face. You're shit. You can't.
And then you
act.
get $100 a day for saying that to him, right?
You're right. You know. Absolutely. Totally.
But I think
He said he was the soil with a little manure.
yeah, I was like,
well, we all
a
are the
few
same.
minutes ago, I was like horse dung, like,
You know,
and
I
big
never
fun
took-
to make flowers grow.
I never took my film work seriously because I was on television a lot. I did a lot of TV, but mostly what I did was nightclub work. I was a stand-up comic in drag, dressed as Jane Russell. Okay? Figure that one out. And I could look like her. Believe me, I did a good job. I loved that work because it was real disguise, going into a totally different person, a woman. And I got away with murder as a woman. I could say whatever I wanted about men, insulting them, which the audience loves to put men down, not women.
Right.
I did it for 44 years. So, I mean, I'm in the business now 57 years. And I've watched my first movie, I got $35 a day. Could you believe that? And that was with
You've almost doubled your.
Yeah, but it took him 50 years to double
50
it.
years to double it. Now, that's progress, my friend. And that movie was with Sophia Loren and Tab Hunter.
So do you have
But back in those days, extras got $35 a day. That was the union go.
do you get do you have a really good agent, or how do you find out about it? Or are you like a hustler and you're out like hustling looking for all the different? I mean,
I am not a hustler. I haven't been, and I know friends that are. And I have an agent who hustles, and
Okay.
I'm not that much of a hustler. I really wish I was. I might be further along in my career, but I'd like to let my work kind of talk for me, and let my agent talk for my about my work.
actually,
And
you would get stuff just on your personality. Like if people actually, anybody who had never met you, if you were like hustling and calling, I think that you would get hired like immediately. Because dude, you're like a friendly, like likable guy. Like as soon as you came on, we were like, oh my god.
Yeah, I liked him
Sometimes
right away.
people come on and you're like, oh my god, I made a mistake.
No,
so this is going to be a long interview.
I had a show in California a TV show on Time Warner where I interviewed all the great celebrities of yesteryear. And I interviewed Cliff Robertson, Academy Award winner, great actor. I wanted to commit Harry Carey in 4 minutes. I asked Cliff a question. Nothing did I get out of him. So you know what I said to him? I heard you was a bitch.
Did he agree?
And he said to me, no, she's not. I said, yeah, I heard she's a bitch. I said, she always plays evil bitches in the movie. He said, well, it's called acting. So I got him to talk. But look what I had to do. I had to electrocute him.
Yes, a little bit. Well, sometimes you need to do that.
Oh, some of these stars. I mean, I've interviewed all the greatest stars of Hollywood, from Jane Russell, my buddy, all the way up to who I'm doing now, my friend. If she doesn't lose her
You're going to
mind.
be doing Patti LaBelle.
No, not Patty. We've been doing Patty too. But, Jesus. Hello, Dolly.
Oh, I don't know who that is. Whoever the star of Hello
Broadway Dolly. What's wrong?
It's not
with
my
me?
generation. That's his.
It's
that's
my
his.
mind. Carol Channing.
Okay.
So wait,
So-
let's go back to you. So first of all, because you have a movie that I've never heard about, and the only reason I saw it on your IMDb, and I'm friends with Kyle Schmid. So like, what is 3 inches any good? It's about a like hockey player who becomes a serial killer or something, or an assassin.
Because he's got 3 inches.
Well, we
That's
got
why he became a
3 inches is a different. The movie that you're describing is First Round Down, with the hockey player that becomes an assassin. 3 inches was actually supposed to be it's a TV movie where everybody has weird superpowers, and one of the lead superpowers, he can move anything that he wants, but he can only move it for 3 inches.
Oh.
So he becomes really good at picking locks, essentially. So all the other characters have like some weird pretty useless superpower. Like, there's a guy that can see into the future, but only for 5 seconds, 20 seconds from now. So he can tell you what's going to happen 20 seconds from now for only for 5 seconds. So you don't have much time to prepare for anything. Someone else's power is that they stink. Their pores open up and they're like a skunk person.
That's
so
not.
There's a movie called with Kurt Russell, and he plays Captain Power or something, and his son goes to the university, but he doesn't have any powers, and then all the people, like one of the kids turns into a worm, and one of the kids like glows in the dark.
Right.
Like kind of like that.
Yeah, like Superhero High or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I love those. I love those dumb. I love anything superhero. So like I'm like a superhero.
Yeah, but the guy
junkie.
with the 3 inches, he's the one that's the lead of the movie because they titled it 3 inches.
That was his power, not his description.
No, but we don't know that. The title of the movie is 3 inches.
Yes.
So what do people think, right? Every woman that's got a husband with 3 inches, she thought they were talking about her husband.
Well, now he's a superhero on
Yeah.
TV.
Because
But it's a really hard 3 inches, Ron.
everything, but he can only do it from 3 inches, so that's really hard. So he can only penetrate 3 inches because he can't penetrate any more than that.
So here's what I want to do real quick. I'm just going to run off a couple of quick things if people haven't seen you, just so people can check out some of these things. But you guys can see Pedro Miguel Arce in Special Correspondence. First Round Down, then that's the one I probably want to see with Kyle Schmid. Is that the one about the hockey player who becomes like an assassin or something?
Yes, he becomes an assassin for the mob.
Yeah, that sounds good. I like those kind
It's
of.
actually
There's no such thing as the mob, you know that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There's no such thing as the mafia. That's all,
No, is it all?
It's all fake
Well,
news.
there is there's on TV. They're like the Jedi.
Yeah.
No,
Like the Jedi.
Like the Jedi.
So you also got him First Round Down. Can we see that someplace? Is that like on like any platform?
It's doing the festival round right now, and it's having its a Toronto premiere this weekend, actually.
Cool.
And then I don't know what kind of distribution it's going to be getting. I don't know if it's going to be going like the Netflix route or if it's going to be doing theatrical run.
That's cool, though. Okay, I want to see that one. Then you guys can see him in True Detective. He's in season 2, right? Season 2.
Correct. Season 2.
Train, you guys, which is a great. The Mortal Instruments, City of Bones. I was so bummed that movie didn't do better because like I actually liked it. I thought it was okay.
Yeah, me too. They were supposed to do them all movies. Now there's a TV show.
Then you got Kill Speed with Andrew Keegan, Nick Carter, Greg Gunberg, Tom Arnold, and Goldberg. Like Nick Carter's coming on the show. I like him. I'm a Backstreet Boys.
Nice.
3 Inches. You guys have seen him on Flashpoint, Warehouse 13, Las Vegas, How I Met Your Mother, CSI Miami, Mutant X. Are We Done Yet? The movie with that's what's his name? Ice Cube, right?
Ice Cube, yes.
Get Rich or Die Trying. We had 3-6 Mafia on back in the day.
Such thing as the mafia. Stop.
No, 3-6 Mafia is a rap group. You weren't on the show then.
They should never have had that name. There's no such thing.
Okay, Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. I love that one. True Blue. So like you have, and I left a lot of stuff out, but like you have a lot of really cool credits. So like, what's some of the favorite ones of all the different things you've done?
Land of the Dead, which you didn't mention, the George A. Romero zombie film.
You played Pudgy yourself.
Pillsbury.
I knew that. Okay.
Yes. That I had a lot of fun in. Another one that was on there that you mentioned was Kidnap Capital, which is about migrants coming into the U.S. and getting kidnapped and sold back to their families. And this is like a very important, dramatic. I love that you're laughing at it. Like,
I want to go in that business.
Yeah, and it's like
the whole. Jimmy.
And it's called Where is that one out that we can see it?
Yeah, it should be out soon. They're finalizing the deals, and once again, I think it's going to be going the Netflix route.
Okay.
So we're hoping to see.
I love Netflix.
Now listen, you should be getting a lot of work, and I'll tell you how. The union now has got to have X amount of old bags in a film. 75 plus. I'm 77. I'll be next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So I'm gay.
He doesn't totally know what he's talking about. So wait a minute.
So if you're gay, they have to put a fairy in the movie, and they have to put an old bag in the movie. So I have 2 reasons to get into a movie. You get in because you're Hispanic and you're chubby, because they have to have chubbies and Hispanics. Okay? Now, if you tell them you're gay, then you have 3. If you tell them that you're a murderer or a dope dealer, then you have 4.
I think I already said I was a dope dealer earlier.
No,
today.
we're not going to say that. We're not gonna, there's no such thing. That's
I'm not.
true.
I'd like to add a disclaimer there that I am
Yeah,
not.
you're
I've
not,
never
because
have.
they'll steal. Anyway, so that's how you get into films now. You tell your agent to say
Just
that
get the
you
boxes checked.
yeah, you're Hispanic, and they have to have a Hispanic in a movie. So therefore, you go in for that. I'm going in for over 75. I have a movie coming
I'd
up,
say
by
65.
the way. No, 75.
That's not.
I read 75.
Okay, but that's not correct.
I read over 75. You have to be. They need ancient old bags in there.
Anyway,
you know what the
he
reason?
thinks-
Wait,
hang on.
The reasoning for the over 75 is because we have a lot of veteran actors from the 40s that are over 75, and they can still act.
But anyway, the actual rule is not what he's saying it is.
It is.
The actual it is not.
It is.
The rule is you get a discount from SAG if you include people from all these things. Otherwise, you pay a
Right.
lot of money. But it's not a for sure.
It's
If
kind
you-
of like tax breaks type thing. If
Right.
you want to be a part of it,
but
you gotta.
But
if
wait
you
a
want to pay
minute.
the full price, you don't have to have anybody in
But
it
you
that
have
you don't
to
want.
be politically correct. You can no longer just have blue-eyed, blonde, skinny people who are straight, because that's not the world.
We're married, by the way, in case you didn't know.
That's
No, I did know, and it shows. Even if I didn't, like I watched a
Right,
couple
right.
of the shows before in preparation, but
the percentage of the world look like Grace Kelly and Doris Day. The majority of the world look like you and I, and Jimmy. I mean, please. So when
Which
people
is great. We're
when
fabulous
people
looking.
go
yeah, I'm not complaining about that at
Right.
all.
when people go to the movies, they want to identify with themselves. And if you're not blonde, blue-eyed, and you weigh 2 pounds, you can't identify. That's why gay people are upset. We go to the movies, and all the fucking stories are about you neurotic straight people and how insane you are. How you kill each other
And if
off.
there's a gay character, we're the murderer.
No. If there's a gay character, we wind up in drag, speared to death.
We're always getting killed.
We're always getting killed.
So who's your okay? First of all, because you have a bunch of projects coming up. Look like it. It's on IMDb. So like, what are some you want to like give a pitch to anything coming up?
You already the first rundown's the one that's just coming out. Like at least in Toronto, it's coming out this weekend, which you already mentioned. I got another thing coming out called Becoming Burlesque. I kind of did a little cameo in it, just like a short scene on it. But it's a friend of mine that's directing it, Jackie English, and it's about a girl coming into her own as a burlesque dancer.
Oh, cool! I like that.
Yeah, and Pastel Supernova did all the dance choreography on it, and I was just sitting there watching them do their stuff, and it's like, okay, this is gonna be great. I only saw what they shot the one day, and just the dancing and some of the jokes that they had going on. I'm like, okay, this is great. Got to be a little, part of, even if it's just a little bit. But yeah, there's that. A couple of TV shows that I've done that can't really talk about because I signed a piece of paper on my iPad that's saying I can't say anything.
Okay.
But
So we'll have you
there's a
come
few
back
things.
when all that stuff comes out. We'll just have you come back again.
Yes,
Everybody in the chat room is like loving you anyway. So okay, so let's say if you had a bucket list and you could have been in any movie that's ever been made before, if you would have been one of the main characters, like what movie would you have liked to have been in?
As soon as you started saying that, Scarface jumped in my head.
Wow, that's a rough movie.
Yes, yeah,
And
it's like
he was brilliant in that.
he
film.
was brilliant. We actually
my
had a
God.
discussion about him, saying he's like one of the most famous Hispanic characters is played by an Italian.
That's right. Well, what's
Right?
the difference? We're all Latin. I'm
Yes,
Italian.
true,
I'm Italian.
but
Yo sono Latino, just like you. What? You're any different than me? We're Latin.
But we're Latin American. You guys, it's cool. It was cool to be Italian back, then now, it wasn't so cool to be Latin American. They want to build a wall to keep us out of there, right?
They tried, and then the make-believe mafia fixed their asses good. But there is no mafia. Remember, there's no mafia.
I keep hearing that.
Okay.
If it wasn't for the make-believe mafia, the Italians never would have got a break. That's how it was the Black Hand, then it became the mafia. And the Italians said, okay, you German, Irish, whatever you are people, you're not going to put us down and treat us like shit.
Everybody in the chat room saying they love the bathroom scene in
And
Scarface.
just like Hispanic people and black people, you had to fight and revolt and say, no, we're not shit. We're just foreign.
Yes.
But the Americans that were here treated everybody. I mean, I remember when Puerto Ricans first started to come to New York City. Oh my God, get those spics out of here. We don't want them. They're half-breeds. They're shit. They're this. I went to high school with all Puerto Rican. I love Puerto Rican people. My best friend, Manny Rivera. Are you kidding? I got so many Puerto Rican friends to this day. I go to their weddings. I was the best man in one of their weddings. I went out with this girl, Gloria Hernandez, when I was 19.
That was before he figured out he liked cock better.
No. That's disgusting, you faggot. That's all you faggots think of is cock. Oh, I hate fags.
Yeah, but he thought it was funny.
He's straight. Straight people, that's what straight people think about us.
Just laugh when we're uncomfortable. Is that it?
I really hate fags. I think fags should be like put on another island. I would like to live there.
So Scarface is the movie. Who's your bucket list male and female actor that you'd be like, if you could be like a co-star with? Who do you want to work with?
I would say Bobby De Niro and Emma Stone.
Oh gosh, Emma Stone. That's strange.
Yeah, it's just got this thing. Every movie that I see her in, she just draws you in. And I'd like to see if I could steal a scene from her. It's like
she's flat, cardboard with those buggy eyes.
I like her a lot. He doesn't like her, but I like
and that
her.
movie they were in was hideous. That was supposed to be a musical.
He didn't like La La Land.
La La Land. It was a piece of junk. It was so badly done. They're trying to bring a musical in. I'm from the musical era, the 1940s and 50s, and I know musicals. When MGM did a musical, it was a musical with talented dancers as singers. And that jerk that was Khalid, he couldn't sing a note or dance a step. And everybody
was it a musical or was it a nod to musicals? Was it this is when it's kind of nod to the times that you're talking about.
It seems like it was trying to do that.
Wait, it was a hype. Yeah. It was a great hype machine. I lived in California for years, and I remember going to parties, and if there was a movie that they were pushing, they wanted everybody to vote for at the Academy, they would send people out. That they pay them and they go to parties and they say, "Oh, you've got to vote for La La Land. Everybody is. It's fat." And they go all over town. And everybody in Hollywood's a little stupid, as you know. They all follow the leader. If one wears, a jock strap with sequins, they all wear a jock strap with sequins.
Right.
That's Hollywood. No, everybody's afraid to be an individual. Just like they all hate Trump because everybody said hate Trump, and Hollywood said, "Oh, we hate Trump." They don't even know who Trump is, half of them, because they're so stoned. But anyway, So La La Land had the greatest machinery. And I was seeing it and hearing it. Even in Palm Springs when we were there, they were bullshitting about it.
I thought La La Land was like, okay.
I didn't think it was bad.
I didn't think it was like the best movie of the year. I thought there was a million movies that were better. But I didn't think it was bad. But I love Emma Stone. I think Emma Stone
is a stone. She's a homely woman. She's not attractive. And, I mean, she's okay. Well, yeah, in my opinion, I'm allowed.
He likes her. Would that be your love interest, too? Like Emma Stone would be someone you would want to have as your, love interest, or would you go a little hotter?
I think she'd be a little young and maybe, maybe not the most age appropriate. Maybe in Hollywood it would be, but...
No, Emma Stone, isn't she like 30, isn't she?
She's probably...
Oh, I don't know. She's not 50. Hold on. We're going to look up and see, because maybe I'm wrong. I thought she was, older. But...
You know who she reminds me of?
You're not very old.
You know who she reminds me of? Hillary Clinton. Maybe that's why they voted for her, because she reminded people of Hillary Clinton. She looked like Hillary.
Hang on. We're going to find out how old she is. Maybe oh, no, she's only 28. I'm wrong.
Oh, poor
She's still young. Okay, hold on.
Poor Farina, she's only 28. Mamma mia, when is she going to be 40? She's going to look like shit.
No, she's not.
Anyway, Emma Stone, if ever I meet you, I'll love you to death like all the other
so your IMDb doesn't tell us how old you are.
Oh, it doesn't? That's good. Because I forgot.
But you look young. I mean, so if you thought she was at 28, if you thought she was young, then I guess you could go back on your IMDb and look.
You don't look a day over 30. You look 28,
you look
29. Young. You look younger.
Bless you.
No, you look younger than her.
It's the lighting that we talked about at the top of it.
He was 29 though, because his first film was in 2001.
Oh, so
2007.
So he's in
2001.
He's in his late 30s. He's about 38, 39.
I wish I could give you a number. I just been lying about it for so long that I forgot myself. So
I love it. I wish IMDb. I wish that we don't. We hear if you live in California, like there's a way to like not put your age on there. But if you live someplace else, IMDb makes you put your age.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Somebody told us that.
It did it for a couple people that I know, and it just like it hurt their career a little bit. More so for females, I would find.
Yeah, females after 40, they shoot themselves. I put my age up deliberately because I wanted them to see that I look good for 77 soon, and I can act, and I still can talk.
Also, Goddess told us that she's Puerto Rican, just so you know.
Oh, no wonder I love her. Mira. Oh, my little chocha. I love my
Robert
Goddess.
De Niro's mother is Jewish, somebody said.
No wonder I love you, Goddess, because, Puerto Rican people, again, have such a heart. They are so full of... you go to their house, they're crazy. You go to their parties, it's like wild. They're always cha-cha. The music is going. The food is out there. They're a happy-go-lucky people. Love Puerto Ricans. That's why I love you, Goddess. Because she's a Puerto Rican. I figured that. She looks Puerto Ricans are pretty.
Yes, they are. Most Latinas are very pretty and they have that heat.
No.
Not all of them?
No. If they come from Ecuador, they look like Mayan,
right?
Indian. Some of the Hispanics down in California, they're like 2 feet high, and they look like either ET with almond eyes or just whatever Peruvian. I don't know what the fuck they are, but they don't look like Spanish people.
No. Well, I don't either. Like for the longest time, living in Los Angeles, I can walk into a store and people will speak half, broken English to me and not Spanish, because they don't. 6'2", 340 pounds. They think, I'm Hawaiian. They think I'm Samoan, which was, the bread and butter at the beginning of my career, because there is some Polynesian in my family.
Are you 6'2"?
I'm 6'2".
Holy shit, you're like huge. That's really big.
Wait, you could look Samoan, absolutely.
Yeah. And I used to have like a Fu Manchu and a long ponytail, and
Yeah, some of your clips have that.
My daughter Deirdre was engaged to Brian, whose family came from Costa Rica.
Right.
She and he lived together in California, and he would get so upset when they thought he was Mexican because his last name was Gutierrez.
Right.
He got so upset about it. And I said, what's upsetting you? He said, they're the lowest form of Hispanic. I'm from Colombia, and I don't want to be thought of as Mexican. I said to my daughter, get rid of this fucking idiot. I mean, what kind of schmuck is this? I mean, that's like saying I'm not Sicilian. I'm from the north of Italy.
Right. So being Sicilian would be like
in Italy,
insulting?
Oh, yes. If you tell somebody from Genoa you're Sicilian, they smack you. That's like the lowest form of shit.
Oh, really?
They say Sicilians aren't even Italian. Northern Italy refuses to believe that Sicily is part of Italy. It's the same.
Is that why they're kicking them? Is that like the little?
That's right. That's exactly right.
Like, get out of here, you guys.
That's what they say. The boot is kicking Sicily away. In Germany, the same thing. They have the North and the South. Every country has its high and its low. Even America, we have shit in this country, and we have sublime people, and we have really crappy people in parts of. Yeah, that's why the world goes around.
So I want to go back. So go back to How I Met Your Mother. Did you have to go into audition, or did you audition at home?
I went into audition. Went into audition in that. There was a whole bunch of people going in for it, and I think it was 3 auditions later, we were playing.
And how is Neil Patrick Harris? Because he's kind of like in the gay world. Neil Patrick Harris is like an icon because he's like basically the most famous out gay actor practically that there is, just about, except for a few new people who are starting to come out now. But back in the day when he came out, it was a huge thing, and he's really nice. Like he tweets with me and stuff. Like he's a really nice guy on Twitter. Was he nice in real life?
He was really nice. Like the scenes were mostly with him. And he was awesome. He was awesome to talk to in between takes, and he was really nice guy. And he's like he's a star because he's a good actor. He plays, and he's got that personality too, right? He also plays like one of the best known womanizers, or like hound dogs, being, a gay guy, which is amazing for him. It's like, that goes to show you, this guy's like, his personality and the way that and his acting stuff is like, that's what makes him a star. When you put him on to host shows, it's not all his acting. That's him.
Right.
That's him coming out, and it's like.
When he was in Gone Girl, like he was convincing in Gone Girl when she
Right.
slices him up with Ben Affleck. I don't know. Did you ever see Gone Girl?
I did not see it. No.
Oh, okay. Well, he gets killed in Gone Girl. But
Spoiler alert.
as he's screwing the hot chick in it, like he gets killed. She kills him, and
Right.
but he's very convincing, and I also think it's really cool because he's someone who was a child star, and so often the child stars don't make it to be adult stars because of whatever reasons happen, and the fact that he made the transition from a child star to such a huge adult star, I think is really cool, and I'm just happy that he's not. It's always nice when you hear the people that you think are really cool are really nice.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what? He was nice to me, but I'm gonna give you a warning with that. People that have been known not to be nice have been nice to me. I don't know why it is. I mean, I don't know if it's 6'2", 350 pounds. I mean, even Steven Seagal was nice with me, and people have said that he's not a nice, but he was amazing to me. And I can't judge anybody by how other than how they treat me.
Right, absolutely.
I can tell you from my own personal experiences, and I've been around, Jimmy, how many celebrity movie stars? I mean, forget about it. My resume goes on and on. Funny people. I've always been a wise guy and funny. And that's why I've been liked even by Faye Dunaway. And that bitch hates everybody.
Right.
If you are funny, they will like you and they will embrace you and they will get a kick out of you because by being funny, you relax them.
Right. Okay, I see that.
But if you're intense and you go over to Faye Dunaway and you say, hey, Faye, in the scene we're in, she'll smack you and say, I'm Miss Dunaway. But if you do a joke and say, Miss Dunaway, I'm a mess in this scene, I make a joke, then she's going to come to you. That's why people like you.
Yeah, drop your guard.
Fella, you're a jolly fella. I knew right off I liked you. The minute you came on the show, I knew you were going to be a good interview because you're friendly and you're jolly and you're nice. That's why.
You saw Christmas was coming early.
Well, I to be quite frank with you, I had no idea who you were. I don't research any of the guests because I want spontaneity.
Right.
I don't do what Jimmy does, research and read, because that to me is very like.
Somebody has to know
yeah,
what to talk about.
But see, my show was called Set the Record Straight, and I told celebrities, set the record straight. What's been said about you that's not true, let's change it now. So I like being spontaneous, and I like not researching because then it becomes rehearsed. So I find out about my guests. I ask crazy questions, and I find out. That gives me meat to play with, to give jokes back.
Which is great. I mean,
we have people who come on that win Emmys and win Golden Globes.
I say, who are you? What do you do?
And he has no idea who they are. Because if they're not in his Turner Classic movie,
I'm 100 years old.
Age, he doesn't know because he's a little bit older than
I'm from the days.
You get the best of both worlds there.
Absolutely.
You're talking to the actor, you're talking to the person. And then,
that's right.
Between the TV guys, you get like the full picture of.
And that's what people like.
I can name you every movie star in the 1930s, 40s, and 50s. The movies they made, their names, everything. But the today people, the names, fuck it. I can't even pronounce half their names. The names are so fucked up. It's amazing. It's like Asha, Usha, Ula, Pupa, Papa. I mean, who the hell are you? I like Marie Wilson. That was a nice name.
Right.
How could you forget Marie Wilson or screw up?
He didn't have any trouble with you though. We have to start to wrap
only
this.
because I speak Italian fluently, and I have
helps.
My sound is the same,
So listen up, everybody. This is Pedro.
I don't say Pedro.
I don't. Yeah, I say Pedro because I'm a total wasp. What can I tell you?
His
so
name,
we have
his
Pedro.
Name is Pedro Miguel.
Pedro Miguel Arce. You guys. Arce. You guys got to follow him on Twitter. He does his own Twitter, but you really got to go to funwithpedro.com. Do you update that a pretty lot?
I do. Every once in a while when there's something new to put up there, I do, and I should be on it a little more. But I do at least a few times a year.
You guys really got to check this website out. If you were going to if you were in entertainment and you wanted to find a cool website to totally copy because it's so cool, this is the one you want to copy. And I've seen a lot of websites. So check this one out. It's funwithpedro.com. We want to wish you well this weekend for First Round Down. I'm sure you're going.
Thank you. I am.
We hope it's successful. And anytime you have anything to promote, just like tweet me or send me an email, and we'll bring you back on because you're a true gent, dude. We had a really
you're
time.
awesome. I had an amazing time with you guys. Thank you.
You're definitely coming back.
Definitely. You just say when I'm there.
You're on. I want you to come back when you do something really exciting.
Actually,
you tell us.
We're
I want to hear
Palm
good
Springs,
stuff
so
from
when you're
you.
in LA, we'll have you come over because we're gonna do like a big Jimmy Star Show guest dinner, and we'll have you come over, and maybe we can even like hook you up with some sweet poutine.
Nice. Okay, I'm down.
We'll find some single hot ladies to come on over, and you can like hook it up.
Nice.
Jimmy,
done
Poutang.
and done.
I mean, really, Jimmy, Poutang coming from you?
I know it's not very convincing.
That's just dope.
So Pedro, thank you so much.
Bicho would be more like it.
Pedro, thank you so much, dude. We had a really good time. Good luck with everything. And keep us posted with what's going on. All right.
We'll do.
Bye,
We'll do.
Pedro.
Thank you very much. Bye, guys.
Bye.
What a sweet guy. What a
Chad,
nice
wasn't that guy
guy.
cool?
Very cool. Very cool. No doubt.
That was like one of my favorite guests in a long time because all he
jolly
did was
and
laugh
laughing.
What a nice guy.
He just, he got me out of a shitty mood because Jimmy tortured me all day.
Jimmy, this is MC
Hey, Pedro, hit the video button.
Pedro's going to agree with me.
I believe I just did. I'm doing the entering thing and.
Oh, here we go. Hold on, it's coming. There we go. Hey, what's up?
Hey,
Pedro.
How we have here? We have a split screen where I see half of your faces.
Oh, that's not good.
How come we're split?
Oh, I don't know. I can see all of you.
Who's on the other half?
I don't know. Well, there's full face now.
There you go. That's me.
That's one and a half faces.
I'm the magnificent looking
so
one.
we can see.
There we go.
I'm the extremely handsome one, the excruciatingly handsome.
Excruciatingly handsome. I like that.
It
hurts being good looking, doesn't it?
Oh, it kills me, But,
I hear these things. I don't know.
You just came in on a conversation about doesn't sex, if you're married after a couple of years, get boring?
I wouldn't know.
You're not married.
I'm not married.
You're smart.
Yes, I am.
You just get that chocha whenever you can.
It's whenever it's available. I like to take full advantage of it.
a little chocha here, a little.
So
which is it? Wait, bicho or chocha? Woman is chocha, right? Man
chocha?
You're not Puerto Rican, are you?
No, I'm from Nicaragua. And Mexican.
Nicaraguan.
Yeah, my mom was Mexican, but I was born in Nicaragua.
Did you know that we own half of Nicaragua?
Do you? Like you two personally or America?
This is a true story. My great uncle, who was an Italian, was a priest. And he went to Nicaragua to teach religion, and he owned a lot of property.
Nice.
He left the property to my grandmother, but the property in the Nicaragua airport, half of it's on the property. My father tried to get the money, but he couldn't because of Somoza. When Somoza was in power, they confiscated everything. So for 30-something years, my father, with Robert Kennedy, everybody was involved to get that property that we owned in Nicaragua under the airport. This is on the level, and never could get it. Finally, when they threw Somoza out of the country and they got rid of Somoza and the Sandinista, my father thought he might have a chance, but
less of a chance.
Well, one of the attorneys, one of the attorneys went down there. We never got him back. We never found him. And then my father was told, if you don't want your family harmed, we suggest that you drop all of this. But you know that my father was a union delegate from Brooklyn. Gabish?
He doesn't know that. Oh, you know what that means?
You know what that means,
Yeah,
right?
well, I can imagine what it means. I mean, someone that you should take seriously.
Fuck around with my father and his friends is what it means. Yeah. So now we had the wise guys in on it. They wanted to make a movie out of this, by the way, and I think we should really do it one day. And the wise guys were going to go down there, 10 or 20 of them, and teach these people a lesson. But it never.
Yeah, but there's 2 million of them.
No, I know. But 10 guys from Brooklyn, they forget.
Yeah, you get 10 guys from Brooklyn, and you know we've been at war since war started.
I know.
We've had maybe 5 minutes of peace in the last 100 years in Nicaragua.
But I have all the papers. That they came to me, of course, after my father died, and it's. I got to see what the papers are a riot. He owned 10 goats, and they have to give us 10 goats, and certain things in the house that they willed, and the property lines. And sure enough, I looked at it, and half of it is property underneath the Nicaragua.
Well, the house that
like,
my
you know what it's like
grandfather's
saying?
house.
Go fuck yourself is what it's saying.
Yeah, is that what it says? Is that like the
Plain English.
translation?
Go fuck yourself. You're never getting this.
In English, they did it. Nice.
Yeah, put it in a picture frame and hang it in your den.
Hang on, though, you guys, because we have people don't even know who we're talking to.
We're talking to a great guy. I love him already.
I know, but we haven't introduced him. So how do I pronounce your last name? Is it Arce?
Arce.
Arce. Okay.
Arce.
All right, so we're gonna do like an official welcoming you in now.
Pedro Miguel.
Well, I'm gonna say it like an
Pedro
American.
Miguel
Pedro
Arce.
Miguel Arce.
There you go.